Hi, this is Laura Lee Zimmerly. I'm looking at my DANC 1105 class called Survey of Dance. This is for the activity or the assignment, adding an activity to Moodle. And the activity that I have decided to add today is the glossary tool. I haven't used the glossary tool before, but I think that in a 100 level class, that it could be a really important little thing to have, because really we can think that the vocabulary really is at the heart of content, and since a lot of what we want students to get in this course is content, hopefully it will expand their content knowledge through looking a little closer at some particular vocabulary particular to the field of dance. And so that's one reason why I wanted to use it, or one of the rationales behind using it. And I think that the content knowledge through vocabulary will help equip the students to a greater understanding, of course, of the subject area, and hopefully lead to deeper investigations on a topic. And of course, how to use the language of dance, right? And insert that into some of their other research papers and research concepts. I also think that the glossary tool will add a nice collaborative thing, and I'll explain how that works as well, because I think I will use it as a collaborative tool. Currently, I'm just going to add it as I think an extra credit assignment in my course for right now, just so that I can make sure and see how it works for one semester and then figure out what I want to do. So here's my web page, and I've already turned my editing on. Oops, what have I done there? And I'm going to scroll down. I created also just a glossary tool heading, and I've decided to put this right at the beginning of my course as under important course resources. And so this is where I'm going to add the glossary tool. So I'm going to go down to add an activity and resource, and I'm going to select glossary, and scrolling down, I will add that to my course. And I am going to just put glossary as my title. And then I have a description that I can add as well. And what I have said here is that new words, ideas, and concepts that you have encountered in the literature are worthy of further investigation. So for each module of the course, modules A, B, C, and D, you'll select a word to define or a concept to investigate, and we'll post at least one of the following: either a definition of the word, a related concept, a picture, or a video that brings the viewer to a better understanding of that word. And then I also put a thing down here. It's like, oh, did someone choose your word that you wanted to use? Not to worry, for any single word or concept posted, up to 3 students. And I think I'm going to actually change that to up to 4. Oops. Up to 4 students may add to the understanding by extending the content knowledge through added, hopefully deeper, through an added investigation. And then I posted a little sample of the assignment. I don't know that I need to explain all this to you, but I'm going to anyway. So like student number 1, maybe he posted the word kinesphere and added a simple definition of the concept as it was first proposed by Rudolf Laban. The other students that add to this can add extended content, such as student number 2. Here's a great video of a ballet dancer who, with the help of rotoscope technology, shows the tracing of her kinesphere in motion. So there's a video that somebody could go to. Another student might, I don't know what, oh, I see that's just my bullet point that's not coming through so clearly. Posted about kinesphere, about maybe the psychological aspects of kinesphere beyond just the physiological space. And so this person has posted some quotes by different authors within the field of dance. And then student number 4 might post, oops, it looks like my picture didn't show up. Let's go ahead and insert a picture if we can. Might post a picture of kinesphere in use. And let's save that as kinesphere. So let me upload that picture, and we'll describe it as dancer inside Kinesphere. And I think that size will be okay, so I'm going to save that image. And let's see if it did that. Yeah, there we go. And there's a picture. So here we've extended the learning about Kinesphere quite a bit. And so that's why I like the idea of having the glossary be a kind of a collaborative added on thing. If one student posts and you like that word, you can post something else about the same material. I do want to, no, I'm not going to display that whole description on the course. They're going to have to click on this link in order to see the assignment. As far as the entries go, I'm going to approve anything that anybody posts. We have a thing in my course that you really can only post appropriate comments. So I'm going to let everything just go as is and not to worry about that so that I don't have to continually check and update the glossary. I'm only going to allow the 30-minute editing rule on this. And so I'm going to just keep that no. Yes, I am going to allow duplicate entries, up to 4 entries into the same thing. And I'm not going to allow comments on entries at this point because I don't want it to be too much like a forum, and automatically link glossary entries. Yes, I think that would be a really nice idea if the word Kinesphere appears in any of my documentation, that it does link to that or highlight that. As far as the appearance, I was thinking of simple dictionary file, but I think I want it to look more like the encyclopedia. And so the approval display format will be the same as that. Entries shown per page, and we said we would limit that to 4. Alphabet links, yes, so that you can look up words by their letters. Let me see what this is. Oh, yes, they can browse all entries at once, showing special links. I don't imagine that I'm going to be using any special characters, but I think I better just say yes to that, just in case any special links come up within what somebody else does. And yes, I would like them to be allowed to print out that glossary. Sometimes I like to have printed resources for myself as well, especially if they wanted to print it out at the end of the course, if they were a dance major and some of these words might be important to them for the next 4 years they're going to spend at ISU. I'm not going to do the RSS feed right now. I don't need a whole lot of links out to other resources or news feeds on this. I just simply want it to be a nice encyclopedia. At this moment in time, I am not going to grade this assignment. So it's going to be in the non-graded items. This way, if I have it in non-graded items, if I want to add it as extra credit, then I can add those points after the grading tool has summed up all their grades. So the ratings will be no ratings at this point in this. As far as common module settings, it will show on the course page. I'm not going to restrict any access. I'm going to allow the students to manually mark this activity as completed. And that way they'll be able to see, oh yeah, I should be getting those extra credit points because I did do this for each module. And that way I can also check to see who's done it for each module. Tags, no tags selected for this. So then I'm going to hit save and return to course. Yay. And then let's make sure it added that. And here's my glossary tool. I'm going to need to move that glossary tool up to, oops, the correct place. Did it do it? Nope, let's try that again. Take my, and I'm not sure if it'll, oh, I see. It's doing something fun. Anyway, usually what I do is I drag, I drop it, so maybe it's going to work now. Up under glossary tool, I'm going to edit it, and I'm just going to indent it a little bit so that it's in line with all my others. So that is what I am adding. I'm excited to use this tool, and I hope everything works.